Hello guys, next episode of the build. Today I will be doing some servo mount for the chassis. As I already showed you in previous video, motor is installed and now it's time to do something with the servo placement. Because I have servo on the frame set up, so chassis mounted servo, I need to fabricate some servo plate or maybe some servo holder. I'm planning to position it here near the motor, and to be able to do it I will need to fabricate some kind of bracket. I decided to take that piece of aluminum. Next step is to cut this piece off. It's 40 millimeters, so as the servo length, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is cut it off, so the servo will be screwed to this angled piece, and afterwards this angled piece will be placed somewhere here on the chassis, maybe kind of closer here, and I believe it will be enough. It's kind of strong, have enough rigidity, I believe, to hold the servo and to maintain the amount of stress that servo applies to the frame and to all of its mounts. Anyway, I will proceed. First I need to cut it off. As I'm at home now, I will use some hand tools to do it and show you the result. Okay, here is what I have now. It's servo mount that I made. I drilled a couple of holes. Next step is to place it on the chassis and see how it sits, see the clearance, and after that I will decide how I should screw the servo to the bracket. Because as of now, if we take a stock servo, it looks like this. So this piece of aluminum is a little bit narrower than the servo itself. So now it has only one mounting hole drilled here. On the front I will use some stock scx10 servo holder, the plastic piece. So I will drill additional hole here and screw this plastic piece here, here and here, and we'll put some kind of spacer here. At the end piece of the servo, let's call it, I believe I will do the same thing, but I will need to check the clearance on the chassis, because I have spur gear from this side. So as you can see, we have spur gear here, so it adds some kind of fabrication that should be done. So is the servo. So if I place the servo like it is, so I believe it's kinda high, so I will need to do something with it, maybe trim it a little bit. But you know, it seems that the stock plastic piece may be fitted here, but anyway, I will need to check it. Or perhaps I will use some piece of aluminum just to screw the servo itself, to do some kind of sandwich. So anyway, I will need to do some additional measurements and try to fit the servo there. But anyway, I believe the next step is to mount the shock, maybe, to see how it all goes together, and after that decide on the next step. Because if I place servo like this, there is little room left between the servo and top transmission shaft, output shaft, so I believe something should be done to avoid it. I will show you. It's kind of hard, but anyway. So as you can see, yes, not enough space, free space, so it's kind of hard and it's tight fit there. So now I will play with the servo placement and decide maybe the final position of the servo, how it should be positioned. Or perhaps I will have to remove this piece between the hole and this edge, maybe trim it here a little bit, so to be able to mount it like this. So shorten it a little bit to mount the servo as it is, and use some plate from the top to hold it on this bracket. Anyway, I will play with the servo placement, a little bit of camera, and show you what I got and maybe what is the final solution for the servo placement. Okay, after playing around with the servo placement and some kind of test assemblies, I came out to the conclusion that this bracket will not work as it should, because we don't have enough space here to screw it to the frame, and mounting in different ways will not solve the problem with the positioning. What I decided to do is to take a piece of aluminum, it's 2 mm thick, and fabricate servo mounting out of it, so it will be positioned like this. Just a second. So like this, and the servo will be attached to it here between this plate and the motor itself. So to make it all solid, I will need to drill some hole here, let's say at the bottom of this piece, to screw it directly to the frame rails. Then I will have some hole here, I believe, somewhere here. I will measure it, to screw it somewhere here on the frame, the same way. And in addition, it will have some hole somewhere here up top to screw it to the shock tower, so it will be at least 3 points of attachment to the chassis itself. It will help to position servo in the exact same place, so when you steer it will not move from left to right. And as chassis reinforcement, I will have some strut brace here, so the combination of these measures will allow me to have firm servo location and servo mount, so the servo will stay in its place and will act and perform as it should. So now I will proceed with the fabrication servo mount out of this plate. And one thing that I should consider when fabricating servo mount is that here in the front of the chassis we have limited space, so I will need to chop the angle of this plate off to allow the body seat as low as it should. Okay, now I will proceed with this plate, and I will show you what I came up with. Okay guys, sorry for the sound quality. I don't have my dedicated mic with me, so filming as it is. I decided to do the other variant of servo mount. To do it, I took a piece of brake line, flattened it with a hammer, so it looks like this. Next step, I just drill a couple of holes like stock servo pattern. I mean this one, right? Then I bent it, and the final piece look like this, so it's kind of angle out of brake line. The servo mount will look like this, so two brackets, one here, the second one is here. Next step is to fabricate some kind of plate here to screw them to this plate, and that plate will be directly mounted to the frame rail, I believe. So now I have to decide the material for this plate. Is it will be aluminum, or maybe I will use some kind of steel, I don't know. I don't have the matching caliper of the steel, so I believe it will be a 2mm aluminum, and I will just bolt these two pieces to this plate, and that's it. Anyway, I will try to do it and see how it works. Does it have enough rigidity to hold the servo in place and to act as it should? And I will show you the next intermediate result of this build.